When you come to a crossroad and run into the winner and the quitter in you, listen to the winner. The quitter will never take you down the road you want to travel. I believe we all have a winner in us. There is a winner inside of you. Sometimes we just have been around negativity for way too long, developed the mindset of a winner. The truth is, most people give up on their dream. Most people give up on their dream to live the average lifestyle. But it really doesn't matter what most people do. What do you do? Because you are different. You will never give up on your dream. You will never not listen to the average. You will always listen to the winner in you. You will believe in yourself when no one else does. You will believe in yourself when you have no reason to believe, and you will never, ever quit. I know some of you are going through a rough time right now. Some of you are going through the fight of your life, fighting for your future, fighting for your career, fighting for your family. Some of you are fighting for your life. And I'm telling you, don't quit. Do not give in. I know life can be tough. I know life can wear you down. But if you just stick it out, even if you don't get the result you will find, the character you show will be your reward. The fighting spirit you develop will be the reward, and it will serve you well for the rest of your life. Fight for what you want now, or fight against what you don't want later. You choose. Don't you dare quit. Don't you dare settle. Don't you dare get back down. Not today or any other day. When the tough moments come, never forget you are in that moment writing your own legacy. In that tough moment, you are setting the standard for your character. Do you have the character? Well, do you? When you come to a crossroad and run into the winner and the quitter in you, listen to the winner. When you make a commitment to yourself, you make sure you see it through. Never, ever quit. Even if you don't get the result, you will find the character you show will be your reward. Don't you dare quit. Don't you dare ever settle, and don't you dare ever back down. Fight for what you want or fight against what you don't want at a later time. And always know that God is right there with you. Just allow God to guide and direct you, and you will always be a winner.
Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I am an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, and author, and the host of this show, the Take Your Life Back Today show. And also, you can see a video version of this if you go to YouTube on the channel Take Your Life Back Today show. My friends, oftentimes we settle for what we think is right, acceptable, and safe. We are so dominated by the idea of staying because it feels scary to move, because it feels frightening to face the whole new environment without people, the things, or the places we've been so used to most of our lives. Well, friends, this morning I want to talk about that, about how you should get up and do the right thing. We are so terrified by the idea of moving on because we feel like we just can't move on and leave things behind. We sacrifice our own being, our own happiness. We choose to compromise all these because we choose to stay when we should really be moving on, moving forward. If you're unhappy, move. Because if you're meant to stay in one place, you should have roots instead of feet. If you're unhappy with your job, quit your job. If you feel like you're no longer growing, no longer learning, if you're no longer being productive, if you're only clocking in, out every single day, then move on. If you're constantly stressing over the fact that it drains you mentally, physically, emotionally, then move on. If you're thinking of just sticking with that job that never fails to suck your joy because it pays the bills and you might be promoted there and can call yourself successful and happier, no. Your happiness does not depend on your success. Your success actually depends on your happiness. If you think there are no new opportunities, no places, new things you can explore and will contribute to your soul and to your individual growth, then go there. If it's worth your time thinking, then it's worth trying. No one's too old to try. Whether it ends good or bad, it's still an experience. Let's not forget that every experience teaches us the valuable lesson that we might never learn if we choose otherwise. Friends, if you're unhappy with the people you surround yourself with, then leave. If you feel like they no longer influence you in a positive way and you no longer prosper with them, then leave. By leaving, that doesn't necessarily mean you're cutting them out of your life or that you're forgetting about them forever. It just simply means that you are finally moving forward. The time you had with them was a spectacular time, I'm sure. They were learnings and encouragements, but when they are no longer a vessel of such, and all they do is drag you into a settling for mediocrity, then maybe it's time for you to say thank you and see you again. You are just recognizing that you need to go on with your life, perhaps without them. That's what you really need to do this early morning. If you're unhappy with your love life, end it. I know it's easier said than done. They aren't the last people on earth. Romantic relationships are more than forehead kisses, dinner dates, tight hugs, and sweet letters. Romantic relationships are just like any other vital connection you have. It's supposed to be to mature you. Romantic relationships are supposed to let you flourish and develop in every aspect of who you are. It is supposed to hearten you every morning and not weigh you down with doubts and resentments. If your partner becomes a constant instrument of heartache and toxicity, then cut them off completely. You are not obligated to burden yourself with such. They are supposed to be one of the top people who will propel you to be your best, to motivate you and allow you to discover the extent of your grandeur. Remember that, always. You know, who knows, maybe in the near future you'll meet someone who will contribute to your soul even more. If you're unhappy with your city, my friends, move. Don't get stranded with comfort zones and safety nets. Familiarity is good, but too much is not good. A little risk and uncertainty can go a long way. If you're only staying because you feel it's secure and because you're already living there for a long while now, that it is home or that it is convenient, well, you might want to rethink your decisions. Being comfortable can be a whole lot scarier than taking risks sometimes. You stop conquering magnificent things when you started getting too comfortable. Remember, great things come out of our comfort zones. So pack your things, leave your city, and move to another one if you must. Go out on the adventure to nowhere. Start anew. Search for a place you might like to visit, a place you might like to stay. Now is the time. Home is where your happiness is, not where it's guarded, my friends. Let today, this morning, be a fresh start for you, wherever you're watching me. If you're unhappy with your life path, take any turn possible, whether it's your college course or your career path or your business direction, whatever the path is that you're taking right now. If it reeks strong discontentment, then it's the perfect time to take a pause and redirect yourself. If you're taking a course of you don't like, shift. Trust me when I say you don't want to waste years, effort, and money on something you never even loved in the first place. It would only teach you to settle. At the end of the day, my friends, if it doesn't embolden you still feel devoid and exhausted. So if it doesn't really matter if you're graduating next year, you better decide before you find yourself trapped in an office chair with loads of work you don't even understand and it doesn't enrich your passion. If you're investing years of your precious time and expertise in a career path that you're not even appeased with, shift. If you don't see yourself on the same path in the years to come, what's the point? There is no right time to shift and leave. You don't do it when you feel like it. You do it when you're unhappy. You do it now. Take on a new path, my friends. Embrace diversity and development. Whatever path it is you're on right now, if you're unhappy, take a turn, whether it's left or right. As long as you're happy, you will not lose yourself. If you're unhappy with how you see life, move your sight. See life from a different view, a different perspective. Reacquaint yourself with life. Worrying or overthinking things don't change how life is. Like they say, don't stress over the things that you cannot change in life. The only thing you can do is fix your eyes on a different light. See life in all splendor. Stop viewing it for all its troubles. Life is beautiful, and if you include God each and every day, life is absolutely worth living, and you will be living like a king. If you're unhappy where you are right now, move. It is as simple as that. I don't know why we make everything so complicated, why we spend so much of our time and hours scrutinizing everything, when the only thing we should be really thinking about is our own happiness. Ask God right now for guidance and direction. Thus, instead of dreading and over-examining every decision you need to make in your life, trust your guts and trust the Lord will help. Sometimes taking risks and clinging to perplexity is a good thing. You don't always have to weigh the pros and the cons of things. Sometimes there's only one thing that really, truly matters, and that is your happiness, your passion for this life, and your hunger for a contented heart, and your desire to serve the Lord. You don't have to be sure of where you are going or what the next step is. Sometimes all you have to do is take the first step, and that is to ask God, and then He'll guide you the right direction. Praise God. Our God is an awesome God. Call me at 844-405-HELP. Together we can help each other take our lives back. Be good to yourselves and always be good to each other. Remember, a simple smile to a stranger can change that stranger's life forever. It can change your life. If you're unhappy, or even if you are happy, always, and I mean always, include God in your daily activity, including serving our Lord. May God bless each and every one of you, and we will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.